You know, poor health can cost you a lot of money. When we talk about saving money on this show, do we talk about health? Well, we should. By the way, Dr. Tom DeMauro has been here before, and he is a naturopathic physician. And let me tell you something. I love what he does. I've personally been to his place. My wife has been there. She has type 1 diabetes, and he gave her a few tips. And just those tips alone, she was able to do so much more to control her blood sugar. Now, Dr. Tom will talk about things you won't hear regular doctors talk about because you really, truly understand what's going on. And we know that because we've done health seminars with you. And I've had doctors come in to talk about true health, and it's stuff he's already told me. And we've been there together to witness that. You talk about, first of all, you're the founder of Integrative Health and Weight Loss.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're healthy and eat healthy and live healthy, is weight control even a factor?
It's not a factor. It's not a factor. Weight is a symptom that you're in ill health. It started just when you started with an imbalance of blood sugar. You started inflammation.
Yeah. And you saw when I have some midsection weight. I mean, I do, and I'm working on it. But you said, Tom, that's probably leptin resistance.
Well, leptin and an adrenal problem.
Adrenal problems.
Definitely
right.
with the cortisol
And
levels.
there are supplements and things you can do for adrenal problems. Now, you don't necessarily go on a diet, but you just get healthier.
Yeah, you get healthier. You eat right. You give the body the tools to work with. That's what nutrition does.
And you don't even know you're on a diet if you eat right.
You don't. You don't. As a matter of fact, people tell me they eat more.
Let's talk about something that we always talk about with you and with other true health professionals, doctors, MDs that understand inflammation. So many times we talk about inflammation, they'll look at their ankles or their wrists or their elbows and say, no, I don't have any injuries, I don't have any infections. That's not the inflammation we're talking about.
That's an acute inflammation. Low-grade chronic inflammation is coming from cortisol levels. If cortisol levels are high, it causes inflammation, okay? Inflammation, C-reactive protein.
And we're talking about like inflammation of the blood vessels.
Of every cell in your body, and it comes from what you eat. As soon as you put something in your mouth, you're telling every cell in your body what to do. And if you're putting high glucose and carbs in, you're telling it to make insulin. Well, it's going to cause inflammation. You're telling it to make fat, make insulin, cause inflammation, and cortisol levels go up. Inflammation goes through your whole body, so now every cell is inflamed, and you're in the disease state.
Here's something you can use on your friends, some trivia that's true. Inflammation, the body feels the blood vessels are injured because there's inflammation. So guess what it releases to try to cure that inflammation? Cholesterol.
Cholesterol. Right, yeah.
And people get high cholesterol not from eating cholesterol.
No, the body makes cholesterol. Cholesterol is actually good for us.
But it's the
inflammation of the arteries is actually protecting it. It's like a bandage, if you will.
So stop the inflammation, the cholesterol goes down automatically.
Right.
Oh, okay, so how do we do this?
Well, we do it with diet.
Okay, we talk about health. Now tell me how to do it.
Okay.
Is it all diet?
It's always diet. It's everything. Every disease. If you take biochemistry, every doctor knows every disease is broken down to a nutritional deficiency. Everything. So, let's take our liver, for example, on detoxification, phase 1, phase 2 pathways. Simply put, toxic material comes in. Enzymes have to change it into a form that we can metabolize. Like benzene comes in, it has to be changed in phase 1 by the enzymes into phenol, and we can urinate that out. Well, these metabolic enzymes are there. We make those by the nutrition we give it, the protein we give the diet. So we're on a high carbohydrate diet and sugar and low protein. Guess what? You have less metabolic enzymes. You're more toxic.
It's better to have protein and some fat, good fat.
Sure, good fat.
And by the way, let's talk about supplements, because you do that too. And we should mention, when you do an exam, you do a complete blood history, right?
We look at your, if you have, if you've had a fairly recent blood test, we want to look at it, because we're going to look at it a little differently. TSH levels are a great one to look at, for thyroid, hypothyroid. TSH levels run from 0.40 to 5.5. Well, if you're above 2.3, guess what? You're going to have hypothyroid.
So you look at the blood, or you send them out to get blood, and then you look at the blood. But let's talk about what you do. You have counseling for nutrition.
We do coaching. We do counseling for nutrition. Recipes. We give you recipes. We teach you how to eat.
The far infrared sauna.
The far infrared sauna to help detoxification, but also to liquefy fat. Infrared light at 110 degrees will liquefy your fat. What that simply means is you're going to have more fat in your bloodstream to metabolize out. And
Wow.
what we're looking for
It'll
is to
accelerate the loss.
Right. We're looking to lose fat and build muscle, not to lose weight.
Okay, so blood testing for diagnosis, the far infrared, the nutritional guidance, and supplements.
And supplements.
What are some supplements that you like?
Some of the supplements we will get you on is a whey protein in the morning. We want to get you going on whey protein. We give you a liver support product to increase the enzymes that we were just speaking about in phase 1 and phase 2, adrenal support, and a lot of supplements that help you become more sensitive to insulin instead of being insulin resistant, helping the cells to get insulin back into them.
When can people notice results after going to you?
Usually the first week.
Really? I know.
Usually the first week, they're feeling better, they're sleeping better. If they have aches and pains and fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue, or they're feeling a reduction of inflammation immediately.
Let me just say this. If you're tired of the same old garbage, really put this to the test. Even do some research on your own from what we just talked about. And he has a special offer, a free consultation for the first 25 callers only. Because he does, when he says a consultation, this is like getting a full consultation, first 25 calls. He spends a lot of time with you. About how much time do you spend with these people?
45 minutes to an hour usually.
Yeah, and you'll see everything. All questions answered. You don't have to pay to see the man behind the curtain. He'll tell you everything. 303-586-5999. That's the number, first 25 callers. It has to be limited for this free consultation, but please give him a call. 303-586-5999. I'm a real stickler on health. And if people come on this show and I don't think they have anything to offer, they don't get on. And I know Dr. Tom DeMauro personally, and he'll stick around to answer questions if you have any. $200 off a 12-week program for weight loss and total health. I don't even like calling it weight loss, but it's detoxification, weight loss, health. 303-586-5999. DietDetoxCenter.com. DietDetoxCenter.com. Paula.